What's up, you guys? Happy spring. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. 60 degrees out right now. And so much to talk about. Right now, though, the reason I'm making this video is I am about to go walleye fishing for the first time this year. Actually, no, I take that back. Technically, I did walleye fish. My buddy Josh and I were fishing walleye fishing for a very brief moment, and then we tried checking this spot out and saw there was still safe ice this past Sunday, and we ended up running back to the truck, getting the ice gear, and going and hammering on some last ice crappies, like literally last ice. It was getting a little suspicious. So anyways, now I'm solely going to open water fish. No ice will tempt me, to my knowledge. And I'm not pulling the boat right now. I ended up when I took my boat out to access some late ice backwaters, it wasn't running right, and I figured, you know what, I don't want to troubleshoot with this. I'm gonna bring it to the experts. So I brought it to Team Marine. Andy Hauser, Team Marine, always takes good care and makes sure my boat gets up running. So for those of you in the La Crosse area, gotta recommend Team Marine down there in La Crosse. So that's where my boat's at, but I'm not patient enough to wait for my boat to get done. The sun is setting right now, and I'm driving over to the dam, and I'm gonna do some shore fishing. And the reason I want to make a video about this is to kind of educate you guys who don't always have a boat, give you the ability to go out and do some shore fishing for the spring walleye run. As someone who went to UW La Crosse myself, as a broke college student, not having a boat, this is really how I fell in love with fishing the Mississippi River. So you can catch fish from shore, and I'm going to try to show you some tips and tricks how to do that. I'm going to the Dresbach Dam. Yes, I'm revealing the spot I am going to. This video is a little bit different because I'm not trying to keep a secret. I'm trying to help you guys who don't have a boat. Maybe a young me who's at UW La Crosse in the dorms, and you're gonna take your bike over to the dam and you're gonna try to catch a spring walleye. That's what I'm hoping to show you how I get to do right now. So we'll see if it pans out. The sun is just setting over the Minnesota Bluffs. You can see I just went into a shadow. It's 5:15 right now, and we're gonna give it a try. It's still definitely early for the spring run. I don't expect the water temps to be making anything crazy happen, but we'll see how it goes and hopefully catch some fish for you guys. Also, now that ice fishing is officially done, I just want to thank all of you viewers who, watched my videos throughout ice season and support the channel that way. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, it's cool to be able to do what I love and just take the GoPro along sometimes and be supported that way. So appreciate all the views and the support of the channel. Let's go catch some open water fish. Even though it's 60 degrees out right now, I don't really mess around with being cold anymore. Like, once that sun goes down, a little breeze comes off the water, put the PC Fun bibs on, and it's gonna be a much more enjoyable experience. So right now I'm here at the Dresbach Upper Landing. This is actually the spot you parked if you're gonna fish the Best Damn Fishing Float over there. And I'm gonna just walk down that direction, find a spot on shore, and do some casting. This is considered Pool 8 of the Mississippi River. From here, the Dresbach Dam, all the way down to Genoa, technically is Pool 8. So, yeah. Enough of me yapping. Let's go try to catch some fish. This obviously isn't a secret spot by any means. Pretty well defined trail here. I haven't done this in a while, honestly. Kind of fun. right, I got a rip and wrap rod. Got my 3-way fly rig. And I also just have a basic bottom sinker rig. And I'm gonna throw that out to start. Just to get a bait on the bottom. I always like to maximize that. So in this spot you're allowed, it's Minnesota technically, so you can fish 2 lines. So I'm gonna throw out this hook with just a minnow sitting on the bottom. And then I can watch that as a dead stick while I'm casting my other rod. And while that's sitting out there, I'm gonna pitch this 3-way fly rig. If I can handle this minnow here. Oh, I just flipped my minnow right off. That sucks. Hey guys. So I'm actually walking even further down than I initially planned to. So I ended up just moving downstream farther. Essentially the spot I was starting at just felt a little too shallow for my liking. We are like just ice out, so we are like, it's super early in the walleye season yet. So I wanted to find some slightly deeper water, so I just walked downstream a bit. Hopefully that doesn't fall in. Just by moving downstream a bit more, I found some slightly deeper water. I can show you guys on satellite image here what I'm talking about, or Navionics. So where I was, I threw my 3-way rig out and I could just feel that bell sinker plummet right away. So now I'm down farther. There's this deeper pool here, kind of below a wing dam. And I feel like these walleye are still like, they're not wanting to push up super shallow yet. So I think anyway, we'll see. Guys, they're hooked up, I think. It's not big, but I believe we have a fish. There it is, guys. First fish of the season. Open water for me. A jumbo sauger. Honestly, I think sauger are a super cool fish. They've got the little black spots on them. Different patterns than a walleye, but that was like 3rd cast here, so that's pretty exciting. See you, little guy. Go the other way. Still figuring, no, wrong way. There you go. So my minnow was actually falling off every cast, so that was fishing it no minnow, just pumping that fly back in the current. I can launch this thing out there. This walleye rod was actually made to me. This walleye rod was actually made for me by my friend Jamie, and I've got the PC Fun Carbon X paired on it. Super nice setup. And all I'm doing is kind of reeling. That bell sinker is ensuring I'm staying on the bottom, because that heavy bell sinker, I can feel it well. Oh, my dead stick's getting hit. shoot. Swinging a miss. That's promising though. Better get that casted back out. What's this Yahoo doing? Oh, someone wants to come fish by this wing dam. Saw me catch a 4-inch sauger. Got all excited. Put a minnow on this one. Maybe the guy knows me. I don't know. He's kind of looking over here. I shouldn't assume the worst. That's one thing about having a YouTube channel in the area. You go to a boat landing and people look at you like, do I know you? Are you Jackson Baumgart Outdoors? And I'm like, yep, that's me. I'd love to see that three-layer. There's a fish. First cast actually putting a minnow on it. And now I've caught my first open season walleye. A whopping big cousin of that sauger I caught. There goes my minnow again, just casted that off. Gosh, it sure feels good to be fishing open water. Don't get me wrong, I love ice fishing, but it's somewhat bittersweet when ice goes, but it's hard to complain too long when you got this. I think that's my favorite thing about Wisconsin weather in general is just the changing of the seasons, right? Like winter gets done, ice, now it's spring and there's ice fishing and turkey hunting and just that excitement of spring, and then summer gets here and there's obviously tons to do in the summer, and then fall brings the rut and deer hunting and duck hunting, and gosh, there's just so much. I'm obsessed. I'm also very lucky that I'm married to an incredible woman who supports all these passions I have and actually enjoys doing them with me. I think that's part of the blessing. What I might end up doing is I might have to reel that dead stick in to do it, but I might just wander the shoreline a little bit, kind of upstream and downstream, continuing to fan cast this shore until I find some more fish that bite. As a general rule of thumb, when you're fishing walleyes, general rule of thumb, once again, you can kind of assume that when the sun's out, like midday, those fish are going to be usually sitting deeper, and then as that sun drops closer to those prime feeding windows, those fish are usually going to push shallower, especially the big ones, because food is shallow and they're gonna be moving in shallower to feed. That's where there's a higher concentration of bait, usually. Once again, there's always exceptions. I mean, I'm sure you could catch the right spot. You could catch a walleye shallow midday, and you could catch one deep middle of the night. But oh baby, scooted down a little bit and got this guy first cast. See, that might be the move. Oh boy, rock's not steady. But yeah, geez, goodness gracious, Baumgart. Catch myself one 7-inch walleye and get all sorts of excited and almost fall over. Just feeling that bell sinker, thump the bottom, reel a couple inches. Bell sinker hits the bottom, reel a couple inches. And honestly, in cold water, early season like this, I could probably, oh boy, just thumped right there. This one's a little better too, guys. Heck yeah. Easy. Keep my minnow on there because I left my bucket back there. Yes, indeed. That is awesome. Open season Walters, baby. Open season, I mean open water. Open water, open season. It's always open season. Well, that's 2 casts and 2 walleye, so if I do a third one, I better just go grab my bag and minnows and get back over here. But yeah, really, I just wanted to make a video to help some of you guys out. Some of you guys, whether you're college students or you just don't have a boat, doesn't mean you can't come catch some walleye and enjoy this beautiful spring weather. Maybe catch 1 or 2 to take home for dinner if they're legals, but just enjoying it nonetheless. So, oh, there goes my minnow. Flung it off on the cast. Might as well just head back and get all my stuff now. Ooh, I see someone up above hooked up. Now, most people do fish up closer to where I started. And honestly, that probably is your chance at a bigger fish, I feel like. It's shallower water. That guy's lifting up a decent one out right now. But here I am catching a few too. This thing feels weird. It's like, I almost don't think this is a fish. I don't know what I just caught here. I feel like I kind of snagged into something. Yep. Caught myself a nice weed bass. All right, I am gonna go get all my stuff though and just come down here a little bit more. Great way to sprain an ankle is doing this. Lots of fun. Also, if you come out here, pick up your stuff. Let's try the rip and wrap for a bit, see if I can't pick up a bigger sized fish. It's gonna take a little longer for this to sink down there. Maintaining bottom contact is always more challenging with the rip and wrap, but see what we can do with it. Who's calling me? Peter, get out here, man.
Are you out fishing?
I actually am I just went from shore. I'm at Dresbach right now, just below the dam.
There you go. That helps.
Yep, oh, hooked up.
Oh.
Hooked up on a little guy on the rip and wrap.
There you go.
Yeah, I've just caught a couple dinks so far, but it's fun.
I have a question for you, and it's more related probably.
I'll tell you what, guys. This thing right here is fighting hard. The reason is because it's not a fish. It's gonna be a massive stick, but I'll tell you what, it still feels good. The tug is the drug, baby. Look at that thing. Finessed them right in the side. Big old stick fish. This dead stick is doing absolutely nothing for me. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna pull that rod. And instead of a bell sinker on the bottom part of that three-way rig, I'm gonna put a plastic with a jig. This is the Liquid Willow Cat, Saucy Swimmer, Sassy Swimmer, one of the two options. I always forget because, well, they're saucy and they're sassy. Walleye love them, and this is my favorite color. I'll put the link to these in the description. Best plastic in my opinion for spring walleyes. But by doing this, I can fish in a very similar way with this fly with the minnow, but I've also got an actual plastic jig on the bottom, working that back. Hopefully attract some bigger fish here as the sun goes down. Technically, in Minnesota, you're allowed 2 fishing lines, and that rule, the way I interpret it anyway, and I'm 99% confident this is the truth, is it's 2 hooks. So technically, the way I've just switched to this double rig with the jig and the hook, legally I had to reel up that dead stick. Oh dang, I think I just got hit. Like I said, that dead stick wasn't catching anything anyway, so. No. Ooh, thought I got snagged. Well guys, when you fish along a bunch of dang rocks, snags are not ideal. Got it. You can sometimes do that trick where you bend the rod and then pull it up and then let that line go. And sometimes it does like a snap recoil to pop it free. I'm gonna fish back a little this way. Oh, it's down on a nice rock. Oh yeah. It's got a backrest too. So normally I feel like right now would be the prime time. But because of the slightly dirtier water, I don't know if they're gonna really feed much after that sun sets. Well, regardless, mission accomplished. Came out here for an hour and a half. Got to watch the sunset. Got to watch the moon rise right over there. Caught a few walleye and sauger, so that's really what the goal was. Wanted to show you guys who maybe don't have a boat some ways to come out here and still enjoy a little bit of fishing, and it's only gonna get better. So hope this helped. You'll probably see me around for those of you that live in the area. If you're ever fishing here and see me going out launching the boat, don't be afraid to ask if you can hop in with me if I'm just going out by myself. So always willing to help people out like that. I'll probably take a couple more casts here. I didn't bring a headlamp, but I'll stay for a little longer, but my GoPro's about to die, so I'm gonna put that away and we'll see. Maybe I'll catch something else here before dark. If not, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Good luck this spring. Sure is pretty.